Hey Goose, today Goose is gonna be a video. It's gonna be kind of a sad just cause video, but today Goose, I'm gonna be talking to you Goose. I'm gonna be telling you Goose the story of Rico's life, Goose. Okay, Goose? So Goose, I don't know if I've told you the story of Rico's life, but Goose, I have told you about how the Rebels was made, Goose, in 1804. So Goose, yeah. So Goose, anyways, Goose, here goes nothing. Be prepared to be sad and maybe cry, Goose, at the same time. Or maybe different times of it, Goose. When you're sad, or something like that. Or just crying, Goose. But Goose, here goes nothing. So Goose, Rico almost died when he was a baby, Goose, when he was born. Goose, let me tell you why, Goose. So Goose, when Rico's mom told her husband that she found out that she was pregnant, they were really scared because this might not sound like this might not sound like something that two parents would do when they found out that they are gonna have a baby. Because the reason why is because this is when they started to think that the baby wouldn't survive. Was because by this time, Goose, Rico might have almost died because the mom had a very bad stomach bug at this time, Goose. Goose, this is very horrible for the baby because this wasn't a normal stomach bug, Goose. I promise you, this was a very, very, very bad stomach bug, Goose. And Goose, she vomited more than someone would do if they were having a baby in their stomach, Goose, just like her. So Goose, having a baby in your stomach and vomiting, and then having a very bad stomach bug and vomiting causes tons of vomiting, Goose. So Goose, this would have caused Rico to not feel good in the womb. So Goose, the cameras that went inside her belly, Goose, that the doctors showed her about in the hospital, looked bad. There was actually blood in it, Goose. Because luckily, Rico actually survived in the womb and came out actually surprisingly healthy, Goose. You guys are probably like, wait, how? If he almost died and there was blood in the womb with him, Goose, then how did he survive? Well, Goose, the doctors found out how he survived. Because they actually transported medicine inside of the womb, and Goose, the medicine mixed in with the baby. So Goose, the baby came out perfectly healthy, Goose, and a smart baby. So Goose, yeah. So Goose, Rico, a couple of years later, Rico had a very, very nice childhood, Goose. But Goose, the night right before Rico was about to turn 8, they found out that something was happening over in China. So Goose, Rico lived in Mexico before he went here, Goose, where I am right now. So Goose, see that, Goose? But Goose, actually, Goose, stuff didn't go too well with Rico Rodriguez after the night of when he was about to turn 8. Because here's why. Because after they found out about the big war that was happening in the Pacific state in Medici, which is a state in China, they were scared because they said that they found out in the news that it was horrible, Goose, and it said that the state might be and Goose, they said that the war in the state might go over to Mexico, Goose, which is where Rico and his parents and his family lived in, Goose, as you guys know, because I told you. So Goose, this caused his life to probably be really horrible, as you guys know, because actually, Goose, the next day, Rico was so excited that he just turned 8 years old, Goose, the next day. So Goose, after he turned 8, everything was going perfect. He opened his presents right in the morning, Goose, just like Christmas Day. Or yeah, Goose. And Goose, after he opened his presents, he was eating breakfast, watching television, Goose, of the news somewhere. Because Goose, actually, Rico always wanted to be in the army. So Goose, he was actually really entertaining. And Rico was actually really entertained about what was happening, even though it was probably really bad. Because why is there DRM cars here? There's no more DRM bases or places. I swear, because anyways, goes back to the story. Rico was so entertained that his parents didn't even really know why, and were kind of laughing that he was entertained by a big war that was happening that was really bad, Goose. Because a deer and tank? What's happening, Goose? Jeez. Because anyways, Goose, they found out that every single base in place was known by a place called the DRM. Because I get go goose. Because yeah, and because the DRM is a very, very, very dangerous army goose. The army place that might be so dangerous that goose, um, the goose, if they went there, they had a 100% chance of dying. So because how much missiles and explosions could be happening. Because you see this map right here, Goose? All rebels, right, Goose? Because actually, this was all red before Rico came to China, Goose. So, Goose, when he was watching TV, he heard something above his house that sounded like a helicopter or a jet, Goose, or a airplane or something that was in the sky that had a motor. So, Goose, right when Rico heard it, he was kind of worried because it sounded too low to even be going high, Goose. So, Goose, right when Rico went up there, Goose, right when Rico heard it, he didn't mind because it started getting closer and closer. Then, Goose, he started to get worried, and Goose, something, and then the plane sound stopped, and he heard a big boom, and Goose, a big shockwave hit his home, causing a bunch of stuff to fall all over the place, Goose. And it felt like an earthquake, Goose. So, Goose, we got a helicopter, good? Rebel helicopter to be exact, Goose. We got a rebel base, good? It's good. But then it's Goose, it was, he heard a big explosion. And after the shockwave hit, he was so scared that he went outside, Goose, to check it out. Because you won't believe what he just saw when he went outside, Goose. He saw the barn. So because Rico had a barn in his backyard. I forgot to tell you. Sorry, Goose. Because then because Rico had a barn in his backyard, and his parents were in there feeding his animals. And because they were in the barn when it exploded. So because Rico's parents died in the barn explosion, Goose. A bunch of emergency vehicles responded, of course. And Goose, it was insane. I mean, and Goose, right when they found out about the explosion, the coroner went down there, Goose. And if you guys don't know what the coroner is, it's a special it's a special company that goes to disaster fix, Goose, with humans in it. And if they look hurt, Goose, they check if they're dead or not. And Goose, the coroner went there, and after they were done exploring the humans, Goose, they pronounced them dead and told Rico Rodriguez in the house. Because after that, he was grieving, Goose, for quite a while. And Goose, after he was done grieving, it's been a couple of years, Goose. And Goose, Rico kind of forgot about what happened. Because he was thinking of going to China to look at what was happening, even though there was a 100% chance of him dying. Because he found that there was a DRM president named Diravello, Goose. Sebastiano Diravello, to be exact. And Goose, Uncle Sheldon, which was his uncle, Goose, Rico found out that there was a team, the good team called the Rebels. So, AKA the rebellion team, Rico found out that his Uncle Sheldon worked for the Rebels. Because Uncle Sheldon felt so bad about what was happening, Goose. And Goose, when Rico went to school, he made a friend named Mario Frigo. Mario was a very, very nice friend, Goose, and always kept Rico from being sad. During the grieving of him when he found his parents died, Mario was there for him, and Mario was actually decided to live with Rico, even though they were still young yet, because Mario's parents took care of him, which was good, right, Goose? So, Goose, during that position, Goose, a couple of years later, when Rico turned 17, on the night right before when Rico was about to not be 17 anymore, to turn 18, Rico decided that tomorrow morning he was going to go on an airplane to go all the way to Medici, which is a state in China, to where all the wars was happening, Goose. And Goose, there was a democratic war too, but it's not like a shooting war for democratic people. They were rooting for Diravello to win. And also there was a mean government, Goose, that was also on their side. So because this government was named Chuva. Chuva Maker. Maker is his last name, and his middle name is Rock. because Chuva Rock Maker was a very mean government goose. And goose, he was a democratic one, just like the DRM goose. So goose, um, the democratic state became not a democratic state after what the rebels done, which is right now, because we're not into that yet. Because Rico decided that if his friend Mario and his uncle Sheldon um, wanted to be in the rebellion team, then Rico might as well be in it too, since he really likes being in the army. You know, he never has before, but of course this was his dream, so he decided to be in it. Rico was a very hardworking man, as you can know, and Goose, he came across a very nice boss, which was AKA AKA the boss of the whole rebels, named Dima. So because Dima was a absolute very nice rebel. So this rebel wasn't a shooting rebel. She was pretty much a computer rebel, but she decided to be the boss quite a while ago. Because Rico decided to want to get hired there, because Rico asked Dima if this could happen. And Dima asked, "What's your name?" And Rico said, "Rico." And Dima also asked, "What's your middle name?" "Frate." Um, and then Dima also asked, "What's your last name?" "Rodriguez." Dima said, "Welcome, Rico Frate Rodriguez." And Rico said, "Hello. So can I be in the rebellion team now?" Rico and Dima said, "Thank you for writing everything down for me. Yes, you can." And Rico said, "Yes!" in excitement. A couple years later, Rico found out that there was actually 102 rebels. So they needed to change that. There wasn't that much rebels for that. There was a rebel place goose that decided to be the base. So because they decided that they found out that close to their place goose was a DRM base. That looked too easy to liberate. So they told Rico, "You look pretty strong and tough. Do you want to try to liberate the base?" Rico thought a while and asked, "Wait, what is liberating?" The rebels explained to Rico what liberating is, and they told him what liberating is. They said that killing every single DRM sergeant and there's these explosives that are big, and you have to destroy them. If you destroy every single one of them, then you defeat the base. And if you kill and eliminate every single DRM sergeant at the base, then you win. And this is the rebel base. And if you keep doing it, you keep winning all these. So Goose Rico decided to liberate it in the mission. Rico won, of course, with the help of the rebels. So what the rebels did to make it a little bit more easier for Rico's first day of liberating, the rebels decided to kill every single DRM sergeant there, and it worked. And they replaced it with those rebels. And so when Rico found out that the rebels did that for him, Rico was like, "Aw, you shouldn't have," in excitement. Rico decided to, Demon told you, "Now you can destroy those big explosives." And Rico was like, "Aren't those a little bit too dangerous? I mean, what if they can kill us, rebels?" Dima said, "You'll be fine. You guys have some good armor." And Rico was like, "I mean, you're right, Dima." So Rico decided to do it. Rico said that maybe he didn't need help after all, so the rebels decided to not help Rico. Rico did it by himself. Very proud after he was done. So, right when he was done, Rico said, "From now on, I'm going to liberate every single base and every single city that there is. And maybe I can call them some rebel helpers." And the rebels said, "Okay." And Dima said, "Okay." And all of the rebels in the world that time said, "Okay," and agreed with Rico. But Mario said, "We're with you, Rico." Meaning that they're there to help Rico any tough time or any time that Rico needs help with in his life. And the rebels' life too. So during that process, Rico Rico found out that Rico said hi to another rebel that was a computer rebel named Elisa. Elisa the computer rebel was a very nice computer rebel, and a very nice rebel to be exact too. So After Rico was getting to know Elisa pretty well, Elisa told her that when she was in her childhood, she used to live in a town called Bala. Bala is this town. So it is in this island right here. Bala is right here. You see that, goose? Bala. So goose, that's what it is. Bala is a pretty big town. Medici is known for their big towns. So right when Rico went to Bala, he decided to liberate every single military access there, and made Elisa and every single rebel very happy. And also made Dima happy too. So Rico didn't know, but a couple years later, thousands and thousands of rebels joined, and Rico asked, "Wait, how did you get this much rebels to join?" Well, Dima told him that they're always hiring since a bunch of rebels die almost every single day from wars that are still happening in this DRM/rebel revolution. So Rico decided to help all the rebels too, just since the rebels helped Rico out in his life, in the rebels' life too. So Rico also found out that there was a rebel president named Rosa, and her middle name was Casa, and her last name was Magrela. Rosa Casa Magrela. Not everyone, when they say Rosa Magrela, they barely they barely say her middle name and follow that. But Rico didn't know why. But anyways, after that incident, Rico found out that the reason why Rosa Magrela actually left and went back to Medici is because she went to North America because how scared this was. And she didn't have no weapons, just like Dima, since she was a computer rebel. And if you could say, I guess we can consider the president of all rebels, Rosa Casa Magrela, to be a computer rebel, even though she's not really known for that. But she's still pretty good at it, even though she's not really considered one. But after that, Rico found out that Dima died in a horrific battle that was happening in the same DRM revolution. She died in a rebel command center from some DRM missiles at the same time. And Goose, I'm gonna show you the base where it happened. So Goose, the base where it happened is in a mountain called, and Goose, the town is Falco, right next to Montana. Falco is a very little town. So Goose, this is the place right here where she died. And Goose, they found a body and they had a funeral. Rico was in the command tower for a couple of seconds talking to Dima about what were we gonna do to win this revolution again. And Dima talked to them more. And after Rico left, right after that, tons of DRM missiles came from the ground and destroyed that command tower with Dima in it and died. Mario and Rico and every single rebel helper and every single regular rebel helper and every single regular rebel cried at the funeral. Every single rebel went to the funeral as well. And it was crowded. I mean crowded. Every single rebel vehicle you can think of was parked there, Goose. So Goose, even more than the same regular rebel vehicle was there too, if that makes sense. Anyways, Goose, Sheldon was there. I can even name every single one. Rico was crying. Every single rebel was. So, yeah. And all the bases were pronounced empty. None of the rebels were there. None of the rebel vehicles. But some abandoned rebel vehicles were still there. Since they're abandoned and no one drives them, of course. Well, DRM the government speak after every single DRM base or DRM city is liberated to let everyone know, every DRM person know that something was liberated that was connected to theirs. So they were pretty mad, of course. So now Rico has a bunch of bases liberated, which is good, because Rico hates DRM. But then after Dima was dead, they had to kill Diravello. So they killed Diravello, and he was in a Bavarian helicopter. Diravello was in a yellow Bavarian shooting helicopter. That was very hard to kill. I mean, and even destroy too. So it took Rico about 5 hours to destroy that helicopter. So after they were done, the revolution was all over, and Rico and the rebels pronounced the revolution to be over forever, and the rebels were free to just guard Medici, and some parts of China. But they didn't really need to do a lot of China because they knew that China wasn't getting really revolutionary, so they knew that they didn't really have to do that. But they had to guard Medici, of course. They sent in naval support and stuff like that. But then Uncle Sheldon called Rico in his walkie-talkie saying that you need to meet him over at this place. It's still in this island, right close to this rebel base. Down here, Sheldon said that Rico had to meet him down here for something big. I'm joking. It wasn't there. I forget where it was. It was something that was very bad. Sheldon told him that there was something called the Eden Corporation that had to be killed for good. There was a boss and everything. So after Rico found out, Uncle Sheldon told him some great news that he made a new wingsuit for Rico. Didn't make fun for Dima's wingsuit that he made for Rico, but it was a electricity wingsuit that has a electricity motor, just like my electric scooter, Goose. So basically, whenever he wants to drive without soaring, with nothing, just air, Rico doesn't have to do that. He just has to press this button, Goose, and then boom, it would just go, just like my gun. Just like that Goose. Because enemies Goose, rebels are like, what do you shoot? Rebels. Because enemies Goose, not over yet. We got a couple more revolutions after this. So after Rico destroyed a bunch of drones when they were done talking about the revolution, after they were done talking about the Eden Corporation revolution, little did the rebels know that this boss was very easy to destroy. Because not only this was a robot boss, it was actually a computer bot. It was actually a computer bot. No, it was actually a computer boss. Very easy to destroy. You just have to rip off that wire that was connected to that computer, and boom, she's gone. So basically, she didn't have any rough thing at all. Just after that. So after that Eden Corporation revolution that took forever to be done with, hard missions and stuff like that, and sergeants had creepy voices, just like another team that's about to be across right now, called the Black Hand. So the Black Hand was known for actually, Sheldon told him to go down here. Actually, I'm not joking, close to this rebel base. And after that, Sheldon said that there's another revolution that had to be taken over and done for forever. So Sheldon said that there was very bad stuff happening. The Black Hand actually decided to make rebel prisoners. And the Black Hand decided to take a bunch of rebels from around Medici's world, to be exact. And after that was done, Rico got mad and decided to go down in that cargo ship and killed every single Black Hand member that was in the cargo ship, except the one that was driving. Because if he did that, then they would probably all die. Only if Rico drove the cargo ship, then they would probably be fine. Because Rico's known for actually a very good pilot. And he was a really good anything member for Rebels. So, after that, Rico decided to destroy every single Black Hand base and liberated every single one. Just like he liberated every single DRM base and every single Eden Corporation base. And after that, the agency of Eden Corporation announced that Eden was done. And also, another corporation and agency made Black Hand. And they're known for their creepy voices and a bunch of armor, just like Eden Corporation members. And sometimes DRM members. But not all the times. Not all the time, too. So, Goose, after that, Rico liberated every single hard and easy Black Hand and Eden Corporation base that was left in the island of the Crema, which is this island right here. And this actually made a new um, rebel um, a new rebel a new rebel okay, why can I not speak? A new rebel team called the Former Prisoners of the Crema. So they also Eden Corporation also owned this place, the Stingray, which is known for the Eden Spark, which got taken over by Black Hand after a couple of years before this was made. They pronounced that this was abandoned, so the Black Hand decided to take over it, and were very jealous to find out that they had even more bases. So after all of this was done, well, Rico found out that his life was about to get more harder because another revolution was about to happen. The Drones Rebel, which was another drone rebel team, helped. The Black Hand even had some drones, which they were destroyed from other bases. And after the happened, yeah, I'm going upstairs.